Hey, so I'm pretty curious about live photos. I've got like some ideas I'd like to do with them and things that are more interesting than what Apple's kind of shown. So I've been spent the last little while today cruising around taking some and for those purposes and for backgrounds and things. And then I thought I'd use them as a test. Anyway, it took a few tries because, as you know, it will split them out into a photo and a video if you try to load them into photos, or if you use image capture on the Mac, they just get turned into something. And if you try and use things like photo transfer or whatever to bring them back onto the iPhone, then it just sees them as two separate files, not as the same thing. Uh, so anyway, I use using a program called Phone View, managed to extract the files directly out of the photo folder, and then edited those files. And I don't know, I chose to one attempt was keeping the time and date stamp the same, and the other was not. My conclusion is that it's really just based on the file name, and at the moment, of course, that it has to be a file name that is already existing on the iPhone. So I took one set off, and then I changed them and put them straight back in with the same file names. And I did two tests on that. So here we go. I'll just come down. So as you can see here at the bottom, I've got like this little shadowy picture here. When I go to it though, because that's the thumbnail that iOS has created for the picture I took off and then replaced. And here's the picture I've replaced it with. And here's the video. Now, the other thing is that the video isn't 3 seconds long. I've actually made it 7 seconds long by splicing two of them together. I mean, it's not exactly rocket science, but as you can see, I've got a live photo from Apple, which is got one picture with a completely different video, and the video is actually longer. Obviously, you could replace any audio or whatever else you wanted to in there as well. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, really basic, but hacking the new iOS 9 live photos and being able to put your own content in and then load them back into your phone, and then you could share those with other iOS users who also had it. And I'm pretty sure that file is going to then transfer across. One of the other benefits of this technique, I guess, is then when Photos comes out, you can then possibly more stealthily hack that, or easier at least. And then when Photos imports the file, iOS will then create new thumbnails for it and recognize it for what it is, for the new image that you have created. Interesting. Thank you very much for listening and observing.